So this is how sexual dimorphism, or the difference in physical attributes between sexes of a species, created the patriarchy. So the advent of agriculture created socioeconomic status, meaning this is the first time somebody can have more than somebody. I can grow better crops than you can, and so I have more value economically. I can barter and trade more. I can get more for me and my family. Also, this was the first time in human history that people really started thinking about passing the things they accumulated in their lives down to their children, down their lineage. Because in hunter-gatherer societies, you're just kind of like feeding yourself for the moment and moving on and getting more food. It's not agriculture. You don't have to sit down stationary in one place and take care of something. Also, now you have to protect crops. So there are several different occupations that require physical labor, like agriculture, protecting crops, things of that nature. And so men had inherent economic value over women. They had more economic value than a woman. So this created a socioeconomic difference between men and women. So women started being subservient to men. And over time, women's submissiveness to a man became how you get a man, essentially. This is how your family would sell you on the market to men and families of equal or higher value. So marriage at this time is essentially a family prostituting their daughter out to men on the market for the sake of them passing down their accumulations to their children. But in 800 AD, Pope Leo and Charlemagne create strict rules around marriage with religious and moral, motives, they say, but there's really political motives underneath that secure their kingdom for 500 years to come. They make it so that nobody can divorce, nobody can remarry, illegitimate children can't inherit, there's no incest, and there's one other thing. But essentially, with all this, other kingdoms can't secure any wealth through marriage like that. So they can't be challenged. And for 500 years, nobody challenged their reign because of that one move. And till this day, we are stuck with things like till death do us part, things that incline marriage into like death that we just romanticize, when in actuality, it was a king using that on people so they can't pass wealth or they can't accumulate enough power. So this is the history of the patriarchy part 2. So in the 19th and 20th century, women insisted that they are regarded as their husbands' equals and not their property. And so marriage law, along with the development of contraception, made it so that now people are having as many kids as they want to have, or no kids at all. People are divorcing. Half of people are divorcing. Marriage had evolved from interfamily prostitution to two people seeking love, happiness, and stability. And a big part of this shift is now men aren't having concubines and whores and other women like they typically have done since the dawn of time. Now, both men and women are not allowed to be anything but monogamous. And monogamy is now like the root of all long-term commitment. The women's movements in the 19th and 20th century plotted to have equality between men and women. And in marriage, what happened was, instead of giving women the autonomy to have their concubines and whores, or just other people outside of their husband that they want to mate with, they decided to take away these freedoms from men and put them in the same place that women are. Alright, so fun related fact. Sexually dimorphic animals like human beings, where the man is usually bigger than the female, are typically promiscuous and polygamous. Monogamous animals like penguins have males and females that are the same size, or the males are smaller. So men throughout the dawn of time have typically been carrying out the natural behaviors of human beings by mating with multiple people. But they kept women oppressed by not allowing them to for economic reasons. So we kind of tricked women into thinking that they're getting more freedom by not allowing them or allowing their mate to date anybody else. When in actuality, they just reduced men's freedom to make this faux form of equality. So human beings are monogamous the same way that human beings are vegan. So we are a meat-eating species, but some people choose just to eat plants. We are a promiscuous and polygamous species, but some people choose to just date one person. So this knowledge puts a magnifying glass on how we shifted the purpose of marriage to pleasing the woman. A man gets down on his knees, gives a beautiful ring to a woman while they get a, very basic band. They get a basic tux. The woman gets this beautiful gown. Everybody looks at her. We kind of flipped it. It's for like woman, worship. When actuality is still rooted in oppression because these two humans can't carry out their natural instincts.